So here we are trying to figure out why, for the logistic regression, the gradient descent step looks like this. So let's start by taking the derivative and then find the gradient. So remember from the beginning, the cost function is minus the cross entropy loss. So yi log ai plus 1 minus yi log 1 minus ai. So ai is the logistic function, which is 1 over 1 plus minus that linear combination. And the first step is to calculate what 1 minus ai is, which should be simple. It's just the same thing on top divided by 1 plus this. So this is 1 minus ai. Let's take the derivative of ai with respect to wj, wj being the j's component of this w vector. So to do this, use chain rule. So it's 1 over this, which means it's just the denominator to the power minus 1. Use this rule. You get 1 over denominator to the power 2, and then multiply by the derivative of this denominator, which the 1 gets eliminated. So we only have the derivative of this e to the power something, which is still e to the power the same thing. And then again multiply by the function inside, which is this small function, this linear function here. When it's differentiated with respect to one of the w's, remember this transpose thing is just w1 xi1 plus w2 xi2 plus so on. So if you differentiate with respect to a particular w, you just get that x. So this is multiplied by xij. Okay, so we got this. So now let's take the derivative of the cost function with respect to a. So dCdA. So this should be simpler. This is just yi over ai minus, so the minus comes from this minus here, and 1 minus yi over 1 minus ai, and there is a minus here, so combining them it will be a plus. So now let's find the whole thing. So dCdWj is using the chain rule. Again, this is I, dWj. You just multiply these two things. So before I multiply, look at this thing. This thing looks like the original one multiplied by this. So this whole thing is just ai 1 minus ai. Note that there's a square, so you can split this into two parts. One that looks like ai, the other one that looks like 1 minus ai. So this whole thing is just ai 1 minus ai xij. Okay, so now let's combine. So this becomes yi ai plus 1 minus yi 1 minus ai. The whole thing multiplied by this, and these would cancel out to make 1 minus ai and ai here. So this becomes minus yi plus ai yi plus ai minus ai yi. So these two cancels out. So the only thing that's left is ai minus yi times xij. So now we have this partial derivative, then the gradient should be just combining these with respect to w will be just a vector like that, xi1, let me move down a bit, ai minus yi xi2, and xi3, and so on. So then you realize it's just this thing, which is a constant multiplied by this xi. So if you look back at the equation here, it's exactly that multiplied by the learning rate.